So this is how we'll get content from Chula for our messages. So open Safari. We want to go to Dropbox. Yeah, credentials should be saved, so you don't have to try to find a password. It's usually open. So what we'll do is click on ELC Media, navigate to the year that we're in. We want to go to Adult Services, and then find the series that we're currently in. Find the week that we're in. So we're in this case, we're going to be in week 2. So click on week 2. And we want to go to Message Assets, Side Screens, because we don't have an LED wall that's like Chula's, so we don't need that. Click Side Screens. This is what we're looking for right here. This is full screen and lower thirds messages. So go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to click on Everyday Miracles Week 2 Full Screen Pro Bundle. So this is already set for ProPresenter. So we can click on that. And then we're going to download it. Afterwards, we'll navigate back to where we're at, Everyday Miracles Week 2, and we're going to put that message in. So go to the Finder, which would open your, I have it set to open the downloads. So we want Week 2. Let's double click it. Choose the library that it's going to go into. So NRT library is the one that we're working out of. NRT library is North Library. Okay, anyway. Click OK. Normally, we want to keep what we're using and not possibly change them. So click Apply to All and then just use New Version just in case. Or it'll make a new version and then we'll have basically doubles in the library that stores this in the asset folder. So you can see it here, Everyday Miracles. This is the one from last week. So don't confuse it. So you might have to rename it here. You can only rename it from inside the library. So let's rename it. You can double click or right click and then hit rename. So we're going to go just Everyday Miracles. There we go, whatever, week 2. And then we're going to drag that in. So give it a second. Sometimes it takes a while. So you'll see that there's 2 of them here because we were already in this screen or inside of this playlist when we double click that. So it'll automatically put one in there. I normally will drag the other one in just in case so I don't have to go do it again. So it's easy enough. Click it and then you can either delete it using the right click to delete, or you can use the delete key. So what we want to do then is take the Everyday Miracles message and then drag that up into message. So this is not formatted for our screen, so there's some things that we have to change. These 2 here, we need to make the text box larger. This one also. We're going to add the bumper video to this, and then we're going to add the formatting. So first, to do that, just click into any one of them, just so that we're making sure that that's what we're working in. Right click it, hit edit slide, And that will take you to the first slide here in the edit view. So if you need to make any edits, this is where you can get to them individually. So here we'll take, this is the first one we need to fix. So basically, you can drag the box higher. Now what I will normally do is use this area here in the shape. I'll make sure that it's centered and then make sure that it is in the middle. So we'll do the same thing for this one. Just make the box big enough to see all of the letters, and we'll do the same thing. Center it and put it in the middle. In this case, we're going to need to darken this because they won't be able to read it on our screen. So maybe I'll cut that out. Okay, cut that part out. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to bring this one in. Just make it just big enough for all the words to appear clearly. Center it, put it in the middle. Let's go through these and see if there's any more that we have to do that to. And it doesn't look like there are. Okay, so in order to get out of this screen, click Show. And it'll take us back to the main, I guess, the program window. Now, we do have some duplicate stuff in here that we don't need. We don't need these here. So you can delete them. Command click command click them. Either hit the delete button on the keyboard or delete them here. So we're going to try to take out some of the redundant things that we don't need. We don't need 2 of these. So in this case, highlight it, and then I'm going to hit the delete button. So in this case, we want to put the, okay, cut it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the formatting, but what we need to do first is get the bumper video from the previous message. So go back over to here under the playlist, click on week 1, and then click on the message. So the message comes up and we are going to copy these 2. So right click or command and select them both. We're going to copy them. So you can use the Command C to copy, or you can copy it here using the right click. So then we're going to navigate back to week 2, select our message, and then we're going to right click the one of the slides, because we need it to, when you right click it, it selects it, and then you can paste whatever it is behind it. So we highlighted that one, click paste, and it'll bring those 2 into there. So what we need to do then is take this one and we're gonna pull it over to the other side. I am going to disable this one. So right click it, disable. So you can see here that these 2 have formatting already set in. So there's a communication saying that this, when this slide gets clicked, it's gonna have a lighting cue. So the lighting cue is bumper video. So normally what happens is stage goes dark so they can see the screen better. This icon in here means that there's a photo or I guess an image content, so that includes movies. That this is the guy on the podium. That represents what they see on the confidence monitors. This one here is what they see up front, and then these 2 zeros, the 0.0 is the go to next timer. So basically our go to next timer for here is going to be, after this is done, it'll be 0.0 seconds for it to transition to the next slide. This one here has a timer, and it has communication as well. This will turn on the message lighting cue, which basically lights up the whole stage. This one says that it actually has an image put onto it. This is what the image will look like in the confidence, and this is what it'll look like for audience or anyone seeing the front screens. You can see the other ones don't have anything like that, and that's mainly because we have to tell it what we want it to do. So one of the first things that I'll do is in here we want to set the default transition to be a cut so that we can go in between these messages without them blurring each other out. So the best way to do that, make sure you have something selected, Command A to select all, and then this icon here that looks like an envelope. I think it's actually an arrow going into the next slide. So click it, and what we want is cut. So the default, even if you don't add any specific transitions, will be a cut. This one here represents a fade or a dissolve. So some of these will dissolve and then some of them we won't. But so right now we're going to do same thing. Command A, select it all, right click, transitions, and we're going to set them all right now for cut. So this is different. As you can see, and we have a little icon that popped up here. So this is a cut from one to the other, no fade. And we'll change that later for some of these slides, but right now, what we need to do is select all. So Command A, right click. We're going to remove actions because we need to remove the audience look and the stage from these two so that they'll all match. So remove actions, remove all stage. We're going to do it again. Right click, remove actions, remove all audience looks. All right, so now that these have no audience look and no stage, what we're going to do is we're going to tell each of these slides what we want it to look like in the confidence, which you can see them here. Right. All right, so we're going to right click, having selected them all still, right click. We're going to go to add actions, start with the stage. So what do we want it to look like on the confidence monitor? What we want it to be are images, because they don't have to see the next slide coming up. So click on NRT images, and it'll basically mirror in the confidence what we're showing on the front screens. All right, and then we're going to add, so you can see it here, the guy behind the podium. We're going to add the audience look. So right click it again, add action, audience look, and what we're going to use in this section, because it is the message, well, we're just going to put images here as well, since we're not going to make any changes to these. So now we've programmed what we want it to look like in the confidence monitor and what we want it to look like on the front stage, or on the stage screens. If you want to change the views, right now this one's on confidence. I do have a multi-view. So let me make this bigger. All right, we'll navigate back down. So now we'll see, when I click on this, this is what it looks like on the front screen. This is what it looks like on the confidence monitor, and this is what it looks like on the side screens. So some of these will change depending on what it is, that the slide that we're looking at. So right now, they're just mirroring, and they'll all be the same thing. This is mostly different for worship because of how we have the screens lined up. So we don't have to make any changes to these. Everything will show up the same way so that they'll see basically what is on the screens behind them when they're standing up front. And when that's done, you can move on to something else.